Okay, so
Welcome to ETHOS. Check flight mode.
to round out this first stage, I have added the flight modes, and as you would have heard when the radio started up, it said check flight mode. So what that means is we haven't set any configuration on the stick, so it doesn't know what to do. It is in a very basic mode, and for example, if my son was flying this with a very simple aeroplane, the aileron, elevator and rudders still works, but none of the switches are really doing anything because we haven't activated that functionality. If we have a look at the flight modes, what I normally program in my default position is cruise, followed by calibration for the servos. Then I have launch 1, launch 2, landing, speed and float. And then I have this last one called go fly. Go fly is this default position. So normally flight modes would be active on here. My launch modes would be active on here, but we haven't set anything to run yet. So let's do that. So again, we've put our stick.
Air brake on. Flaps up.
We have brakes on.
DLG mode.
We have launch modes on.
Flight mode on.
And we have
flight mode speed.
And we have flight modes on. And now we can see.
Flight mode cruise. Flight mode speed. Flight mode cruise. Flight mode float.
So we can see.
Flight mode cruise. Flight mode speed. Flight mode cruise.
We have those flight modes running now on switch. And also, because we have our launch mode, we can launch, zoom, and we can cancel out into the flight mode that you're in.
Flight mode float.
So if we're in float mode and we caught the glider and we launched,
Zoom.
we went into zoom, pushed over at the top, it reverts back to the flight mode that the switch is set in.
Flight mode cruise. Flight mode speed. Flight mode cruise.
So that's all very good. Now, the last one is that we have flaps.
Flaps down.
So when I pull the stick down past 10%, it goes into landing flight mode.
Flaps up.
And when the flaps go up, it reverts also to whichever
Flight mode float.
flight mode we're in.
Flaps down. Flaps up.
So that's all very cool.